Hello, everybody. Welcome to the end of September. Welcome to the beginning of October. It's just around the corner in a couple of days. Now, listen, we got to move this one along because I think I'm making some plans tonight. I think I'm having a little soul date on my own, shall I say? I think I'm going to go to the movies. I think I'm going to go see Oppenheimer. I've been wanting to see it since it came out, and it looks like it's just about ready to leave the theaters, so I would like to go see it. My wife has plans in the city. I am alone, not doing much, so I figure why not go? So we're gonna do that. I'm gonna try and watch the time, 20, 25 minutes. Hopefully that's where it's gonna be one of those shorter ones, but that's okay. It's kind of nice sometimes to get one of those shorter ones. You don't want to go too long. Usually I end up just naturally, I end up around 40 minutes, usually with this podcast. That's about all I have in me to do on my own. But today we're just going to move a little bit faster. We're going to just do one health news article. We're not really going to talk about other shit too much. It's going to be a sweet surrender to the fall that is bestowed itself upon us. My favorite season. And, really, October is my favorite month for sure. I think it's my favorite month in the whole year because of the spookiness, because I love the Halloween, but also it's just the right, in a Canadian fall, and this is for my universal listeners, my international listeners who don't get to experience the Canadian fall, but there's nothing like it in October when those leaves start changing. It's beautiful. By the time it gets to my birthday in November, it's starting to feel a little shit, a little bland, a little like the trees are parched or something, they're up on the wall in a dungeon and they got the chains on them and it's not a good look. Okay, you got dungeon trees everywhere and it's sick. That's what you're gonna think about now when you're driving down the highway. Just think of all those tortured trees. Just give them a glass of water, please, if you can. Pull over, take a piss. There's water in that too. Piss on the tree. So it's been a challenging month for me, very challenging. There's strikes galore going on. The writer's strike in America and the acting strike seems to have been affecting my day job. And it seems like hopefully things will get back to closer to normal, as I've been told by my supervisor that with the writer's strike ending, hopefully the SAG one will end soon as well. And then maybe I can start earning a better income. It's been pretty friggin' rough. And yeah, I've been looking for other work. I've been sticking my finger in different pots to see what I like, what I think could work. It's gonna start to get a little more pressure as the year finishes out. So I just gotta stay positive. I gotta have faith in myself and know that I will figure it out. Hopefully I can get some residuals. Hopefully I can get another acting job as some auditions have been pouring in, so I've put a little bit more effort into them, hopefully, and that's sometimes what the fire under the ass that you need, you know what I mean? So there's been the strikes. The lockout in Canada is still going now. I'm going to talk about the lockout because I don't think it's getting enough play in North America. I don't even think in Canada many people know about it. Everybody thinks that it's the SAG thing, it's the Writers Guild thing. It's a different thing. Striking and being locked out are two different things. We are not being allowed the opportunity to work. They are supposed to be using union actors, and they are using non-union actors. And now, I just got an email today that FIA, the International Federation of Actors, and its affiliates from 70 countries are now asking workers to boycott Volkswagen, Visa, Lindt, Rakuten, Kobo, John Frieda, and Johnson & Johnson. That goes along with Wendy's, Canadian Tire, Home Hardware, Sleep Country Canada, Rogers, Internet and Cable, whatever, H&R Block. These are all brands that are union busting. They are using agencies that are not willing to hire Canadian actors that are union. So it's bad. And mediation has broken off between the two sides, apparently too far. So the mediator said, this ain't going to work until you guys get a little closer. But it's really going to come down to they need to, whatever the plan is for them to bust this union, they just need to stop. They need to go, okay, maybe they've saved enough money for over 500 days of not employing union actors and paying actors the rate they should be paid. Hopefully that's enough and we can just get back to business here, because there's no in between when you want to make cuts of 60 to 80%. That's not like you're aiming high and we're coming in low and then we pick somewhere in the middle. That's not it. Usually, if any of these kind of cuts happen, it's like a 1 or 2%, but we have a history of always winning this thing. And I think we need to look at the writer's strike, and we have to keep strong, fellow actor members in Canada. We have to keep strong. I don't know what the boycott accomplishes. I don't know if enough people care in this country. People think we're nice and friendly and lovely, but we're pretty self-centered. We're pretty into ourselves, and we don't care about different unions. They don't even people don't even know what's going on in this country in many different facets of the fucking world. So I don't really know what to say or what you can do, but just know that those brands, the ones that you use every day, you probably have Rogers Internet. You probably go to Canadian Tire to get stuff for your car. You probably have a Visa card. You know, it's like you're probably getting your taxes done, H&R Block. These people are busting the union. They want to end a union. And now with FIA joining this fight and asking for a boycott of these big brands, this is good. The good news is that, obviously they're not asking to Canadian Tire and stuff because that's not an international brand, but, Lindt, Volkswagen, Visa, that is. So that's going to start to put some pressure. Real pressure, I think, on the ICA. And a little sweetheart from Britain named Scott Knox, who's trying to end our rights. He wants us to be nothing. He wants us to be making less than non-union. He doesn't want actors to be paid anymore. And we're not going to let him destroy us. So, with all due respect, Scott Knox, get fucked. Stay fucked. Enjoy it, you fuck. Moving on. Fuck. So, I'm sorry to say, folks, but I don't know when it's going to happen, but the X, formerly known as Twitter, is moving to a fully paid service, which means it could be the final curtain for this fucking program, this fucking social network bullshit. I don't even go on it anymore. I'm actually so bored of it, I barely ever check it. I barely ever check the fucking thing, and now he's going to pay you you're going to have to pay just to use it. Just to use it, you're going to have to pay like at least $5 a month, something like that. I'm going to say that a lot of people are not going to be paying. And he says it's the only way to get, and when I say he, we all know it's Musky Poo. He said it's the only way to get rid of bots. Now, they've done, I can't remember what company or what, I don't know what it is, but somebody figured out how many bots follow Elon Musk, and apparently it's about 70% of his followers. The guy has like 120 million. So 70% of 120 million are not real. So he's going to lose a ton of followers. I mean, it's still going to be a lot, but that's how many bots are following him. Be interesting to see, huh? Why didn't Elon Musk's followers go down when he's locking out all these bots? Well, who cares? Who fucking cares? Move on to other shit, or, maybe go outside, read a book in a park, read the fucking paper, get some ink on your fingers. Jesus. Russell Brand is in the news. Russell Brand. Oh, I just know that kind of, like, if he was around the Toronto comedy community scene, I would just know exactly what he would be like. That feeling you'd get, like, how did he survive 2017? How did he survive? And they're saying, well, yeah, no one came forward in 2017 when Me Too was hot. So this is some conspiracy because Russell Brand's so woke to all his theories about the government being some form of Illuminati or another, constantly going off, rambling about shit like that. And so, I mean, it's a good defense for him. I mean, it's the only defense he has. And then saying that, well, everything was consensual. Yes, that rape was consensual when I ripped her up against a wall, or, like we've had to tolerate him for some time, haven't we, Russell Brand? What I saw, he was becoming like a meta guru type of thing. Like he's starting a cult. That's really what he's doing. He would be a fucking great cult leader. And of course, as with most cult leaders, their fucking main thing is just trying to get some sex. Doing all this shit, duping you this way, duping you that way, and they just want sex. So Russell Brand's got some heat on. Don't really fucking care. I don't care about him. I hope you don't either. And you know what? I've retired this, but I think it's time to bring it back because, we all need a little pump up. It's been a rough September, baby. That's right. Birthdays are back. We'll go through them quick, okay? Zachary Levi is 43. He's like Captain Pants or whatever. Was he Captain Pants? You know him. Isn't he Marvel's Captain Pants? Fuck, I can't remember what it is. I don't watch the Marvel shit. You seen one, you seen them all, right? Give me a Batman, sure. Give me a Chris Nolan, but I don't fucking care at all about Spider-Man and fucking all these assholes. Happy birthday to Captain Pants. He's 43. Ian McShane is 81. 81 years old. Ian McShane, you know him from Deadwood. So that means 20 years ago, I think that's when Deadwood started. He would have been 61 when he played that famous role for 3 seasons. Haven't seen the movie yet. Need to see it. Why haven't I seen it? It's one of those things. It's like, I don't know if I can handle it. I just don't fucking know. Roger Bart is 61. You'd know him. You'd know him to see that face. He's a character actor. He's got a bit of is he a bit of a creepy guy? Is he a bit of a creepy doo-doo-roo? I've definitely seen him on a lot of TV shows. He was on Grace and Frankie. The Good Fight, the Black... he's done it all, babe. He's done it all. Fuck him. Happy birthday, though, Raj. Who else we got here? We got Anita Ekberg. Anita Ekberg, you probably do remember her from Screaming Mimi. Tagline was suspense around every curve. Well, she died, unfortunately, about 8 years ago. She would have been about 92. Sorry about that, Anita. Hey, you're dead, but we can still celebrate you for God's sakes. Natasha Gregson Wagner. Do you know who that is? Do you remember? You know what? I can tell by her face. I can tell by the haircut. She was in Buffy the Vampire Slayer. It was probably one of her first credits. She's 53. Happy birthday, Natasha. Can't remember if you had Hilary Swank starting out too. You had some Luke Perry. You had some David Arquette. It was a stacked cast. I think you got kind of lost in it. I think you had a good time, though. I think you had a good time. I feel like you were wearing some kind of yellow. Was she wearing yellow, folks? Something yellow, like a yellow plastic jacket. Right into the show. What was she wearing? I'll put a poll out on Spotify. I will put the fucking poll out. Andrew Dice Clay is 66. Oh man, my fucking woman this and fucking, oh man. Andrew Dice Clay, never really got him. His stand-up, I can't believe how popular he was in the 80s. Very popular, sold out stadiums, and it's just a weird greaser character that he played. But I guess he's had a bit of a resurgence in his acting career. So 66, Dice baby. You're 66. Happy birthday. Keep it real. Keep those glasses nice and tinted. Keep them tinted, baby.
Fitness update.
All right, fitness update, guys. Guys, I've been mountain biking like I'm preparing for the tour to fucking France out here. Haven't been hitting the stationary bike very much because I've been out biking. I got her tuned up. We've talked about it. I've been hitting the bike path. The one good thing about living back in this part of the world, the hometown stopover, is there's a great bike path. You can go many different ways. I can bike to my parents' place, which is, about a 15-minute drive, 30-minute bike ride, 9K, 18 return, and it's just been great exercise for me. Listen to a podcast. The weather's perfect, and the bike's running great. So yeah, I'm gonna be outside as much as I can until I'm forced inside, and then I'll get back on that stationary bike because July and August I was hitting that bike hard inside, I'd keep track. I think I did about 17, 18 days of biking inside over the summer. And now that I don't know what it was. I just got a hankering. And I think what's kept me off of the mountain biking is that I live at the top of a steep hill. To get down on this path, it's at the bottom of this hill. And so that you got to finish hard because you're coming back up the hill and it's tiring as hell. But it feels fucking good. And I love it. I love getting out there. Doing the physical stuff, I if I could change the oil in the car today, it's not like you're doing CrossFit doing stuff like that, but you're still jacking up a car like it's a dog lifting its leg. Then you gotta force the bolt off and force the filter out. It's still a lot of manual labor. It's dirty and it's greasy, and I love it. Saves me money to do it myself, and I can use the good oil and do it myself, right? Instead of going to pay someone to do it at a Jiffy Lube or whatever. And I ain't fucking driving my car in somewhere and leaving it for the day just to get a fucking oil change. So I do it myself. But the fitness is going good. I've had a bit of a slip up this week with the fasting. I think I'm gonna get back into it today. Oh, God, I've been sneezing. Fuck. Sorry, I'm just trying to keep it in. Had a couple days off with the fasting, but I've been doing a lot of labor, did some golf and stuff this week, so it's not in vain. It's just, you're going to have slip-ups, and you can't just stop when you're not being perfect. You just get back into it. So maybe I've been losing 1.5 pounds a week. I'm almost 10 pounds down from when I initially started fasting. I think at the start of the year, what it was. I kind of gone up and down. But so I'm close. I just got to maybe go. I'm thinking of maybe going for a morning bike ride before I go to my mom's tomorrow. We'll see. We'll fucking see. I got to get a better sleep. I've been drinking a little too much the last couple of days. I've been hanging out with people and entertaining. And I fucking woke up today and I just felt like shit. And I was pissed at myself just having, it creeps up on you. You having a few drinks. Fuck. Drink enough water, you wake up and you just feel like fucking shit. So we're going to try and cut that down, and we're going to get back to the fasting, and we're going to keep biking. We're going to keep doing the weights, and we're going to keep cutting this weight. So I hope if you're doing the same thing, don't be too hard on yourself. You can have slip-ups. You can have days where it just ain't fucking working for you, Because that's fucking life.
Health news. News that is health related.
Okay, we've got some health news here. Now, this is interesting. There is a lot of medical intervention right now with weight loss and with health. Everybody's looking for that drug. It's like the brain candy. Everybody wants the fucking brain candy. A movie that I always loved as a child. The kids in the hall hate it. Apparently, the critics do too, but I thought it was a lot of fun. Brain candy, check it out. You tell me. Anyway, there is now a pill that scientists are intrigued by that mimics the effects of exercise in mice. So, as you'd imagine, there's they've been giving these pills to the mice, and then they're starting to see the benefits of exercise in them without actually getting physical activity. How ripped do mice get? The newly developed compound SLUPP332 led obese mice to lose weight by apparently convincing their bodies to go into marathon training mode, leading to a faster metabolism and more energy and endurance, and all without actually exercising. This compound is basically telling skeletal muscle to make the same changes you see during endurance training. Thomas Burris, a UF pharmacy professor, led the research said in the school's press release. SLUPP 332 purports to achieve this by targeting what is known as EFF proteins that activate the body's most energy-gobbling tissues, such as the brain, the heart, and the other muscles. ERRs are naturally released during exercise, but until now have proven elusive to stimulate with drugs. So, apparently it's something that you experience too with like fasting, some of the same effects that are happening. So it's kind of crazy to think if people are going to start taking pills and have like, can you get a 6-pack? Is that what we're going to look like? We're like, I guess it's another weight loss thing. Maybe it's a little bit healthier than the Ozempic type of deal. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. I get worried about that because, I had a friend who died like, 16 years ago now. I went to high school with her. She had to have a double lung transplant. And so one of my friends told me that like they thought it might have been diet pills that caused whatever happened to her lungs that needed to be replaced. I don't know what it was. I don't know what disease she got. But I remember someone saying it could have been diet pills that she was on when she was younger. So that's what makes me a little worried. What are the side effects of all this shit? And if it's this easy to achieve the exercise effects and we all have it, how is that going to change perception of people and health and beauty and self-esteem? I just feel if we're all looking one way, if it's that easy to achieve, I'd be very curious to see how that changes how we treat each other, That's what I'm thinking. So I'll post the article. You can check it out. It's on Futurism. And you can make your own fucking decisions about SLUPP 332, okay? Okay, see, we're breezing through. We're at 23 minutes. We're having a good time. You guys are probably off on a jog or you're walking to work or something listening to this, and maybe 23, 25 minutes was the perfect amount to just have me in your ear the entire time. Maybe. Friggin' maybe. I'm just going to talk about one thing. I'm going to talk about one thing here. These fucking streamers, man, they're causing issues. Remember when streamers were just a fucking video store? Remember when Netflix was a fucking video store? And now it's a studio? It doesn't seem right. I don't like that progression, I don't like it. I don't like how they went from a video store and then it's like the fucking assistant manager at the local video store had an idea to make their own shit with a little bit of the money they're making off the people renting their videos, which they actually did. They actually had physical copies, and Netflix has just sent out their last physical rental. They just did it. They've been doing it the whole time. You could still, in the States, rent physical copies from Netflix until, I think, today. It's the last day. Isn't that fucking crazy? Man. So these streamers... So now they're like, at first we're like promoting password sharing, and now they're cutting down on it. They're coming down hard. Can't share passwords with someone. It can only be devices that you have in your house. So they know what devices, everything you fucking have now. Sharing stops, and now there's all these ad tiers they're adding because they're not getting enough subscribers. So they want to do cheap tiers where people are watching ads, watching commercials, which is why you need to pay your actors. There's going to be a lot more commercial work. That's why we need a good deal. So I just don't, it's just getting so out of control. I'm going to start canceling shit. I'm going to cancel Disney. I'm going to cancel Apple Plus. I've got a bunch of people on my family plan, so they have free Apple Plus TV or whatever, but I'm canceling it. You know, you want to, you re-up it. Do yourself. I'm fucking tired of paying for it. I don't watch it. I'm going to let my wife finish watching this morning show, and that's it. We're cutting it. We're done. I'm just going to have a couple. It's hard for me to get rid of Netflix. It was the first one, man. I've been a day one with Netflix. It's just like, if I'm going to keep one, if I'm going to keep two, it's probably Crave and Netflix. Now, Crave is for my international listeners, it's kind of like HBO Max. That is how we get HBO Max in Canada, through one of the monopoly companies that aren't busting through the union, so that's good. At least Bell isn't fucking doing that, but that's the only way we can get HBO Max. So, yeah, I think it's time to start cutting down on some things. And, you know, like, hey, if there's something coming out in a few months or something, maybe I'll bring it back for a month. But it's just, I am not getting my money's worth, folks. I am sorry, but I am not. So, yeah. I think that's it. I'm just streamed out, bro. Thanks for listening to episode 105 of Come Lose It with Matt Duncan. I want you guys to have a good October, and we're going to check in halfway through, 2 weeks, okay? Mid-Oct. We'll be right around the corner from Halloween. And then you never know, it might be a Halloween podcast. So, hope everyone's doing well. Don't be too hard on yourself. Take care.